Transport, next month, a meeting with the international organization to resolve the European ban fundamental channels to transfer process. We find no room for there to be two price for the dollar. Realize that's Article 8 compliance with the IMF. They don't want multi-currency practices. You got to read these articles, and you have to paint a picture. It's not easy to see. It's really not, but you know what? We can, and we're seeing it. Although things appear to be on a downward slope, the truth is that things are looking up in a big way for Vietnam. Vietnam pictorial article. Foreign investors flock to invest in southern provinces and cities. Over 40 German enterprises recently explored investment opportunities. Investors from South Korea, Japan and India have also visited, leading to plans for major projects. I have been banking with JPM Chase and IQD for many years now. My JPM Chase bank has acknowledged that they are aware of the Iraq currency revaluation someday, but have no timeline, as has IQD. I can't imagine any bank employee trying to run business away, even potential, someday business. Iraq is preparing to vote on a number of very key laws, tomorrow at 1 p.m. their time. New budget tables going to Parliament on Sunday or Monday so they can settle the HCL. Things are looking good. Question: are those that are in control of the monetary reform waiting for Donald Trump to become the president? Iraq is waiting for Donald Trump. Iraq simply wants peace. They simply want security and stability for their reforms. Trump will protect the American dollar, and in doing so Iraq's exchange rate is going to explode in the float and in the process. Al-Sudani: we have contact with Trump's team and they want to develop relations with us. Quote, Iraq's relations with the United States are institutional according to the Strategic Framework Agreement. Al-Sudani said in an interview with the Spanish newspaper El Mundo, we have communication with Trump's team and they want to develop relations with us. Fitch affirms Iraq's credit rating at B with stable outlook. These guys are in a stage of getting ramped up for production for the construction and reconstruction efforts of the country like they've never seen in modern history. The new era is coming upon Iraq. Let's hope they have a previous era takeoff in a real effective exchange rate to help boost the private sector and industrial capacities that they have going. Our rate should be better at the redemption center, dinar and dong, and I know they're gonna be a lot better on dinar, especially because we know there's a contract rate on dinar that will be offered to us that is extremely high. Okay, not at the bank, but at the redemption centers. Just so you know. I really thought we might be across the finish line before Thanksgiving. Comment: Sudani wanted the monetary reform done by Victory Day on December 10th. Marks: yes, all my contacts are saying between now and December 10th. Foreign transfers for trade purposes are proceeding smoothly after the implementation of the new system they have in place. The central bank will launch a new mechanism for travel or treatment transfers next year. There are agreements with 4 companies to launch a new mechanism. They are going to have things changing through the future. Doesn't mean we're waiting until next year, just means they're going to have changes, and because of maybe a major change, they're going to have a need for it even more. The proposed law to cancel Jordan's privileges in Iraq is making its way to legislation. Since the beginning of October, a number of representatives have been working to legislate this law in Parliament to be binding on the government. This is due to Jordan's position on the ongoing war in the region, facilitating support for the Zionist entity, and repelling Iranian strikes against the entity. Hadi al-Salami, a member of the Integrity Committee, said in an interview with Al-Sumaria TV that the Parliament presidency referred the law to cancel privileges with Jordan to the Foreign Relations Committee, and the Legal Committee to consult the opinions of the 2 committees, noting that the representatives are proceeding with the issue of cancelling Jordan's privileges after it began to embrace and provide logistical support to the Zionist entity, especially in facilitating the attack on security forces in Iraq. He pointed out that the cancellation of these privileges will work to transfer their funds to support hospitals and weak Iraqi groups, including cancer patients, stressing collecting the signatures of more than 50 representatives to proceed with the legislation of this law, which will focus on cancelling the privileges granted to Jordan, such as customs, taxes, and selling oil at prices lower than the market. In a report by Al Sumaria TV, he reviewed the nature of the facilities and privileges that Jordan receives from Iraq, where the most important privilege is the oil exported to Jordan by Iraq, which ranges between 10 and 15,000 barrels per day at a discount of $16 per barrel from the price of Brent, and this costs Iraq about $5 million per month.